All right, hello there, welcome back to another way better video. Today's video, we have a different tier list than we typically do. Tier Maker Live. There's a timer on it. It does expire. However, we get participation and from other people, of course, and then we get to see the tally of total votes based off of what's being selected. So here we have NBA teams 2025-2026 season. Where do I think they'll tier this season? Basically me looking at a team and thinking, how good will I think you be? Now, there's 30 teams, 32 in the NFL, but 30 teams in the NBA. I can't take the time to go over for 2 minutes each team. That'd be a 60-minute video. Some teams will be faster, some teams will be slower than others, but let's get right to it. First team here, we have Orlando Magic. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I think they're going to have a strong season. I've spoke good things about the upcoming season for Orlando. If you've seen my top 5 guaranteed teams to be better video, you know Orlando's in there. To me, this is an A-tier team without question. A lot of people did not have that. Can I go back? Yeah, I can go back. So I'm the only person who's voted on the Magic that said A-tier. We got 5 on B, 2 on C, but I'm happy with that selection. Hawks up next. So the Atlanta Hawks have 2 A-tier teams, 3 B-tier teams, 1 C and 1 D. I think C and D is very not realistic. I'm also going to put A-tier. And my reasoning is simple for teams like the Magic and Hawks. They're in the Eastern Conference that got worst, losing the Pacers and Celtics as top dog competitors. That opens up the East entirely for teams like the Pistons, Hawks, and Magic to make their move. Do I think they're going to win the finals? No, definitively no. Keeping it going, Celtics, 1F, 2D, 3C. Probably got a C-tier team depending on Jaylen Brown's status with the team. Does he stay there? Does he get traded? I'm assuming he stays there. If he does, this team's good enough to be C-tier. Nothing more, though. Next, we got the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn's going to be bad, man. They got nothing going for them, seriously. They're going to be F-tier. They're going to be a really, really bad team. So many rookies on that team. I think they had 6 picks in the first round. Incredible stuff, but they're not going to be good this year. Charlotte Hornets. I'd like to say they take a leap. If everyone's healthy, they got some players, man. What it really boils down to is, are they going to be healthy enough? Is LaMelo going to be healthy enough? Miles Bridges still there. Mark Williams is traded, but they could be higher than the C tier. It's just, you never know with LaMelo. Chicago Bulls is stuck in mediocrity, honestly. To me, probably D. Hopefully that helps a little bit, moving my face to the middle. I'm going to go D tier. Could easily be C, but not a good team. Cavaliers is really straightforward. They were the one seed, right? Pretty sure they were. Anyway, they were the 1 seed in the East last year. I can't see that changing when the East got worse with losing Celtics and Pacers as top contenders. Have to imagine Cavaliers end up the 1 seed. Definitely contenders to make it out. Mavericks in A tier is so generous, dude. That is so generous. There's no way they're A tier. I think a lot of people are just banking on Cooper Flag for this to be rounded out to A tier. Kyrie Irving tore his ACL, man. Their best player, AD, gained 15 pounds, which to me is a little bit concerning. But a lot of this is riding on Cooper Flag to be just so much better. And I don't think that's the case. To me, this is a C tier team. I would never go A. That's just way too high in my opinion. Nuggets is S tier. You know, they got back Bruce Brown, brought in Cam Johnson, other shooters in the mix. Love it. Pistons, to me, this is a B, A tier mix. And again, the only reason why Magic, Hawks, Pistons, to me, consideration for A tier is the Eastern Conference. If this is Western Conference, totally different conversation. I think you're looking at top 5 seeds with add the Knicks in the mix. Golden State Warriors, regular season, they're going to be B tier. They're old. Guys are going to miss games. Jimmy Butler regular season has never been great. It's the playoffs where this is really going to kick in for them. I got them at B tier, honestly. S tier is way too high. Houston Rockets losing Fred VanVleet is huge in a tough Western Conference. Obviously still got KD, Amen, Sengun. This is looking like an A tier team. Continuing on with the next team, Pacers, you're looking at a C tier team now, I believe. Losing Tyrese just takes them out of the race, to be blunt. Clippers, I think we have to see what happens with Kawhi. If they don't have Kawhi, to me, this is a B tier team. With Kawhi, high B tier, low A. I don't think they make any noise whatsoever in the playoffs, but we're going to rock with B here. Lakers, to me, this is probably going to be a hot take from a lot of people. Admittedly, I will openly admit I'm very biased because I'm a Laker fan. I don't know how not to be biased. It's just how I am. But you got skinny Luka locked in, ready to go. AR, DA, obviously LeBron, DK, Gabe Vincent, Vando. To me, this team is just locked in. Rui especially. I'm high on this team, man. Give me S tier for the Lakers, seriously. Grizzlies, man. I almost feel obligated to put B tier, but I think I'm going to go with C. Reason being is because I don't think that they got better from last year. They lost Desmond Bane. And on a tough Western Conference. Heat, same thing, C tier. Heat are just one of those teams to where you can't count them out of making a playoff appearance, but right now they just really lack star power. As good as Bam Adebayo is, him and Tyler Hero are just not enough to make any noise in the playoffs, just them two. That's just the reality of it. Milwaukee Bucks, losing Dame time. Obviously with the whole Achilles thing, bringing in Miles Turner. It's the East, man. I don't think that the Bucks end up being better than these 4 teams. I don't think Bucks end up as a top 5 seed. I really think Hawks, Pistons, Magic have to capitalize on this down year for the East. And I'm not high on Miles Turner being in Milwaukee the same way Milwaukee is. So for me, it's as good as Giannis is. Do I think this team is that team? No. I'm going B tier. Timberwolves, kind of have to go A tier here. Anthony Edwards just continues to amaze. Julius Randle's still there. Losing Nah hurts, but you're really depending on younger players like Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon to step up. Pelicans, you can't bet on Zion's health. There's a lot of C tier here. Maybe some should go down, but Knicks is S here. Easily top dogs with the Cavs. They're really competing for the top 2 seeds. You never know, again, because the regular season Magic, Hawks, Pistons could really make that noise. Another S tier team here. Thunder, phenomenal. We're at a point right now where if you look at the S tier teams, the only thing you could argue against really is the Lakers, maybe Nuggets. If you think the Knicks are an A tier team, that's not bad either. But the reality is again, the East is just weaker. East is just much, much weaker than they used to be. Pistons, I could maybe jot them down to B tier. I don't think the Pistons are as good as the Rockets, of course, but being in the East, man, changes everything. Being in the East changes everything. 76ers, well, honestly, I think they'll be better than last season, but 24 wins isn't necessarily something to brag about. Probably looking at D or C, depending on Joel Embiid's health. We're going to rock with C, assuming Joel Embiid and Paul George can get back, because that would obviously elevate them to at least a C. Suns are going to be not great. Not great Suns team at all. I think they could also be a C tier team, you know? Talking about a team still has Devin Booker, have Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Mark Williams. I mean, he could easily be C tier, but yeah, it's not pretty. Being in the Western Conference is tough. We'll go with C tier though. Am I being too generous by not giving out D tiers? Maybe I'm being too passive here in my decision making, but there's a lot of mid teams. Blazers, I think this is where Blazers go D tier. Just not a lot of firepower yet. Still some young pieces that are developing. Dame's out for this year as well. Blazers to me still a D tier. Kings, D tier. Kings are not good at all. I don't know how anyone could have any hopes with the Kings organization after the failure to bring in talent after the De'Aaron Fox trade. Just not good enough with resource management, in my opinion. San Antonio Spurs is a tough one. It really boils down to how good Wemby's going to be. Got to start out with B tier here. Honestly, Got to start out with B tier. Raptors trading for Brandon Ingram definitely has an impact. Of course, have Grady Dick still, have Scotty Barnes. RJ Barrett's still there. IQ is still there. Interesting time for the Raptors to be able to make their move here. I think they might make the playoffs this season. I would say that's a very, very real possibility. But I would have to mark them B tier. Honestly, can't go any higher than that. Jazz is F. Jazz are going to be horrible. Wizards are going to be horrible. Another F tier. And okay, I'm pretty satisfied with S tier. Obviously, again, you can remove Lakers or Nuggets. I'm content with them being there. The one thing that kind of has me messed up a little bit is really the Eastern Conference. It's changing everything. Is a 5th seed considered A tier? Because let's look at it this way. Let's say 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed. So yeah, 10 teams total. If you're a 5 seed or higher, you got it. If you're the 5 seed, is that an A tier team if you're a 5 seed? Or you got to be a 4 or a 3 seed. I'm probably giving too much respect on that end, right? Probably giving too much respect. Probably got to be a 4 seed or higher. But then again, you never know, man, because if there's anything that happened in the playoffs that was just showcases, the Pacers, who were the 5 seed? But the Pacers, the 4 or 5, they went to the finals. Boston, who was the 2, eliminated to the Knicks, who were, the 3? You just never know, man. You just never know. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the Hawks to... Oh, no. Decision is finalized. Once you make what you make, that's it. There's no changing anything. All right, it's final. I can't reverse anything. I like to typically, if I had to adjust anything, it would definitely be probably Hawks to B, because I think the Warriors will be a better team. But again, I have to reiterate as this video goes on, and even to the end for the people that skip to the end, Eastern Conference, 52 of the 82 games, they play against themselves. They're a weaker conference. Therefore, their seeding is going to be higher. Even though their record won't necessarily match Western Conference, we've seen it for the past however many years now. It absolutely pays to be in the Eastern Conference. Let me know what you guys think, though. I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way to help the channel. As always, this is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different. And we out.